Now we come to strength training. So now that we've discussed body composition, calculating your TDE, and setting up your calories and macros, we can move on to the most overlooked part of your fitness journey, strength training. We'll break this video into few segments so we can understand what is strength training at its core, if men and women should train differently or not, and if strength training is important for fat loss or not. Hint, it's mandatory. So first of all, what is strength training? Strength training isn't just about building brute strength and muscle. It's an umbrella term that encompasses multiple aspects of fitness. While training for strength and muscle mass, you will also develop your muscular endurance, cardiovascular endurance, bone density, joint stability, tendon and ligament strength, flexibility and mobility, and the list keeps going on and on and on. Strength training at its core follows the principle of progressive overload. Progressive overload is the result of your body adapting to the stresses put onto it through training of various kinds. This adaptation can happen in strength, endurance, stamina, flexibility, mobility, just to name a few areas. You might think you don't want any of these things, but once you've discovered what your body is capable of and the benefits of improving your overall fitness through strength training in your day-to-day life, you'll find it very difficult to give up on it. Think about the times you had to carry heavy luggages or grocery bags and try it out again after you trained hard for 4 months. The difference will be night and day. Now you must be thinking, if your goal is to lose body fat, gain muscle, or even toning up, then why do you need to focus on training for strength and muscle? First, your body wants to hold on to as much fat as possible, especially as you get leaner and leaner, and it will get rid of anything that might force it to burn off fat. The first thing get tossed out in this scenario is your muscle and its metabolically active tissue, which basically means it needs calories to be maintained on your body. This is the key reason as to why having a lot of muscle can boost up your metabolic rate and why retaining it as much as possible is fundamental in any weight loss related goal. The more muscle you put on and maintain, the higher metabolic rate will be, the easier fat loss and later on weight maintenance will become. Secondly, if your goal is to look good and not skinny or sickly, you'll need to have a solid foundation of muscle. Don't get me wrong, you don't need to look like a bodybuilder or a fitness model. But if you want to look, feel, and actually be healthy, you will need to build and maintain a substantial amount of muscle mass. Third, if you're someone prone to injuries or body pain, having muscle reinforcing your skeletal structure and joints becomes the easiest fix to these issues. Apart from helping with body composition and fitness in general, strength training plays a huge role in keeping you healthy. Strength and muscle are a key deterrent in preventing a lot of metabolic health conditions like diabetes, PCOS, hypothyroid, and for the older population, things like sarcopenia, arthritis, osteoporosis, can also be prevented and even reversed to a substantial degree. On top of this, strength training is also proven to help in preventing neurological issues like dementia, Alzheimer's, depression, anxiety, Parkinson's, just to name a few conditions. The thing most people overlook is that you don't have to let exercising consume your life to get these benefits. If you're a busy individual, training just twice or thrice a week for 45 to 60 minutes can help you get all these benefits. And trust us, when we say that this time investment now will pay off in the future for you, when you don't have to spend time traveling to and from hospitals. Now, arguably the least important, and for some people the most important, benefit of strength training is how it can make them look. So fat loss itself will not give you the appearance that you might need be looking for. It's a combination of having a healthy body fat percentage with a good amount of muscle mass that can give you your ideal physique. This is more so true for women than men, as a lot of women think they're going to look bulky or muscular if they train hard, when it's the opposite. Ladies, if you want to achieve that toned, curvy physique, you need to focus on lifting heavy over time. Next time you see an actress that you want to look like on screen, I can guarantee you that they have a foundation of strength training as a base for their appearance. And for men, if you want a big boost to your confidence and even increase your chances of getting a promotion, having a good amount of muscle mass will definitely help. You don't necessarily need to look like Thor from the Avengers. even though I have a client who wants to exactly look like that if you don't want to. But your entire persona will change if you put on a solid foundation of muscle mass and strength. Now let's talk about maintenance. Maintenance phases are often overlooked, and understandably so. Losing or gaining weight is only half the journey. The other half is maintaining what you've already achieved for the rest of your life. This is where muscle mass helps a lot. Like we discussed earlier, having a higher muscle mass can help boost up your metabolism. This makes it easier for you to maintain the physique that you've worked so hard to achieve. We mentioned that your muscle is a metabolically active tissue. It requires energy to be maintained. The more muscles you have, the higher the energy requirement. Energy is basically food. So in essence, you can afford to eat a lot more food to maintain your physique and health than if you had less muscle. And if you're a foodie like me, this should be your main motivator. A higher metabolism will afford you to enjoy the foods that you like more often, in moderation of course. As long as you're getting in sufficient amount of protein and keeping within your calorie budget, you can indulge more freely without any compromises on your health or your physique. Now, should men and women train differently? The answer is not really. Women can and should train just hard as men. Ladies, we recommend you to throw away the resistance bands and pink dumbbells if you seriously want to make a significant change in your health and appearance in a relatively short amount of time. Women should be doing the same exercise as men for the most part, with some minor alterations based on your own goals. The concept of progressive overload will apply to both sexes, so women alongside men will have to focus on getting better over time in all aspects of fitness. There are some nuances and differences when it comes to training with specific goals in mind, but these are advanced principles that might not apply to you if your goal isn't to achieve a high-level physique or strength level. The specifics of training is too large to cover in this one video. We've written multiple articles on our website, and if you want to learn more about it, head over to abhifit.com and check out our blogs. Or you can always book a free consultation with us so we can help steer you in the right direction. Thank you. I'll see you in the next video where we talk about different diet styles and what you can follow in your journey.